Discretion is advised.
Happy Monday. You are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 105. We are in patch 6.2.4. Tonight we are going to be talking about the World of Warcraft movie information that's happened. Some stuff happened at PAX East. We do have a leaked trailer that we are going to be showing you guys. We're going to be talking about all the latest Legion additions in the new Legion build. 2 years of podcasting for PWNCAST. We're going to talk a little bit about that and much, much more. So make sure you guys stay right here.
In the World of Warcraft trade chat, troll-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Azeroth, the dedicated players who call out these asshats are members of an elite squad known as the PWNCAST podcast. These are their story.
Welcome back. I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. Unfortunately, I did bring them with me. I did bring the Death Knight who is finally beloved, or not.
I am like beloved. Him? I've always been beloved. Am I unmuted?
Yeah, you're unmuted.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I was unmuted and not muted this time. You ready, Jim? Row. Can we do it? We're going to do row. Anyway, I got the beloved title finally after grinding out Consortium, and it took me 6 months. So we're clear,
you're not beloved in real life.
I am beloved. Everybody, look, I'm supposed to be hosting the show tonight.
No, you're not. That was never any agreed upon terms where I said you were going to host, ever.
Kios even said, hey, is Lycan hosting? And I'm like, yes, I am.
Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
I am beloved, though.
You are beloved finally, right? Was that tough to get? I haven't even...
It is. It's 60 reps to Exalted.
Oh.
I just need you to know that I had 50 in Kata, so it doesn't seem that hard to me.
It's 60 is a pain in the ass.
There's a lot of snapback happening right now.
I know, I need to get one.
It's a lot of snapback.
This is not a snapback, though.
This is not a snapback, though. Yeah, I wear fitteds, girl.
So they say, but literally they both have closets full of snapbacks. I did also bring the monk who had a baby over the weekend, Jimma Banks.
Little baby Winston added to the collection. We've been doing a lot of stuff, him and I. You know, we defeated Aki the Chosen. We were power leveling them pets, and we had a lot of fun. So thank you for the introduction.
I just want you to know that it's illegal to have a monkey, so you should probably give it back to the zoo or wildlife because I wanted a spider monkey. It's the only reason I know it's illegal to have.
Do you know how long it took me to train that monkey to not? Never mind.
Shit on the carpet?
Yeah.
Was it throwing feces?
Jim does that on a daily basis, so that's nothing new.
Pretty much.
I did also bring the priest who abandoned his raid team, Secret Sauce.
I did. It was that time. Burnt out. Computer burnt out. I don't even know how I'm even on the show tonight, but I'm present.
By the will of the gods.
Basically. But, I mean, it's that time. Expansion's coming out, so we all need a break. We'll come back in and start prepping again for Legion.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of a break. You guys, we've been raiding since the beginning of the expansion, essentially. Yeah. So it's nice to have a break, and then we can kind of hit it hard pre-patch and get everybody ready for Legion raids, because we are going to be raiding current content. So I think it's nice to have a break. Then people get burned out, and then you start losing people. They're dropping left and right. So I'm not mad at you. And you do need a new computer, which we do have a really good built one for you as soon as we can acquire the parts.
Yeah.
Did we start the fundraising for my new PC?
You need to buy a damn desk, really.
I've got the desk covered. You guys all chip in, all of you watching. We're going to buy a new computer. I'll put the link in. I need all the monies.
Okay, that is... Gala said I'm beautiful. Well, she said pretty, but I called myself beautiful.
Yeah.
That was kind of awkward. We have a lot
right now.
We have a lot of topics, guys, but I do want to tell you that Jim did buy Overwatch over a desk, right? Because he's been talking about how he hasn't had the funds for a desk. He's got a beautiful brand new professional podcasting mic, the stand, the whole setup. And where is it right now?
It's to the right on the table,
It's
not
to the right on the table, not where it should be. So if you guys are in chat right now watching live, please make sure you hashtag Jim get a fucking desk so that he will finally stop being casual. So the first thing I wanted to jump right in and talk about is I wanted to talk about the Q&A that happened at PAX East. Michelle Morrow, everybody knows and loves her. She's the purple-haired cutie who is synonymous with World of Warcraft. She did a live Facebook Q&A with Rob Kaczynski and Duncan Jones. Now, the majority of the Q&A is not anything, I read over everything. It doesn't seem that there's anything new, really, outside of, it seems to be all the same basic questions that they get asked and the same topics that they've always had. Duncan Jones talked about how he got involved in the movie. Rob, of course, always talks about how he played World of Warcraft prior to the movie and all this kind of thing. So there wasn't really anything new and notable outside of giving things about how 120 days of shooting and giving just some details as far as behind the scenes. But we do have Rob Kaczynski, who plays Doomhammer, in case you live on a rock and don't know who he is. He gives a nice little walkthrough of the Lion's Pride. So, the Lion's Pride Inn, excuse me. I wanted to show that video to you guys. I don't know if anybody got to see it, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys have this nice little walkthrough.
All right, here we go.
I'm Rob Kaczynski, and I play Orgrim Doomhammer. We're here in the Lion's Pride Inn, and I think everybody who's ever played this game has come here, even if you are bored through and through. You know, I've spent days in this very inn in the game. I have spent days in the exterior of this inn, and it is uncanny if you actually look around. I mean, everything is pretty much identical to the game. The fireplace, from the tables at the actual door of the entryway, to where the barrels are, to the paintings, to everything is identical. And there's so many little Easter eggs lying around, like at the entry there is a wanted sign for kobolds. And that's one of the first quests you ever do in this game. It's really just a place to gather, and that's kind of what it is in the film as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful set, and as a player, it fulfills everything I want from the Lion's Pride Inn.
So I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty hyped.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
I want to go there. Why is this not a real place?
They don't have the funds yet.
Can you please build us a World of Warcraft Wonderland where I could go and do Warcraft things?
This will be the next investment that Disney will probably make.
I'll agree with you there. I think that's a good segue to a topic we've talked about several times on the show, where we talked about kind of World of Warcraft's taking over and they're crossing over into other genres. They're releasing a children's book series. They're doing a graphic art novel. They're doing all these things where they're doing all this crossover, so it's reaching more people when it comes to Warcraft. You see the toys now in Toys R Us, which is that was a huge moment for me.
And
just
they're
to
expensive,
see that.
mind you.
They are, and Medivh looks janky as fuck. Not gonna lie.
Oh, you finally seen it?
Yeah, it's awful, guys.
It's not.
It's not movie quality. Yeah, it's not good. But seeing people and children and knowing that betting sets are going to happen as soon as this movie comes out, you're going to start seeing these things
Whoa.
in the mainstream.
Children having these betting sets?
Oh,
I'm
sure.
going to have Warcraft betting sets.
Yeah, for sure.
We know
but
that.
we're crossing into an era where it's going to become so known to the rest of the world that the sky is really the limit. I, for one, I can't even on a scale of evens. I can't. There's that.
Two things. One, it's about damn time.
Agreed.
That we get this stuff out there. I mean, the game's been around 10 years now, and 11 years now, and yeah, it's about damn time it goes mainstream. And I can't wait for my non-geek friends that don't know about the game to go, dude, you got to try World of Warcraft. I'm kind
Been there.
Yeah, I kind of play
Still doing that
a little bit, but you know,
we kind of do a little thing every week regarding World of Warcraft. We pretty much already know what World of Warcraft is. So to that end, PAX East did get a very long trailer. This is by far the best trailer that we've seen. Now, the quality's awful. There's a chick talking in the background who I would have uppercutted, literally, because she's talking throughout the entire trailer. She's excited. It's the thing where she's stoked, she's getting hyped up. So you're going to have to deal with that annoying thing, but the quality is awful because it was taken on a cell phone. But we do have that video for you. Hopefully the YouTube, please don't come and arrest us because we're going to show it to you. So hopefully the audio quality is good, but this is the trailer that was shown at PAX East within the last couple days, which if you guys live on a mountain and don't know where that's at, that's in Boston, and it's kind of a big deal, just as probably bigger than BlizzCon, I would imagine. But so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that trailer once again. This is not my fault the quality sucks. This is at the mercy of whatever cell phone that they had in the trailer. So I'm gonna show that right now.
Oh yeah!
For years, our world has been at peace. But something is coming. I can feel it. Dark forces are upon us.
This doesn't need to happen. There is one who may help us.
Why are you here?
This war will destroy us all. I will fight with you, then end it.
If we do not unite to fight this enemy, we will perish.
Well then, away they go.
Oh, he's so, oh my god. He is so hot.
The beasts, they should all be destroyed.
God, I love the babies.
We may not survive this.
You will have me to protect you.
I need no one to protect me.
I can't wait.
Be smarter. We'll protect the kingdom
Together. You side with the humans against your own kind.
This is suicide. We should attack with full force.
Whatever happens,
Whatever happens. Whatever you plan to do, do it now!
Oh my god.
I'm so in. Literally, I am so in. I'm really frustrated that all the... What's the word I'm looking for? I'm frustrated that the cons seem to be getting the better versions of these. And we got to deal with this snake stuff. Blizzard, if you're watching this, please don't arrest me for posting that. I'm sorry. I needed the people to be able to see that. But that's the most epic trailer we've seen to date. Now, granted, 90% of it is all the little trailers kind of rolled into one.
Right.
But there's quite a few scenes there that we didn't see before. So what do you guys think about that?
I think the prettiest part is whenever, I think it's Medivh that's walking up the steps to the Council of Six.
No, it's Khadgar.
Khadgar walking up the steps though to go to the Council of Six. That is just gorgeous. That's
Yeah,
exactly
that
how
was
I
really
imagine
nice.
what the council would look like. You know, when oh yeah,
I like
I'm
the
having
armor.
an orgasm. Just leave me alone.
I like seeing Lane in the armor. That was pretty epic right there.
When I watched this the first time, it was courtesy of Remedies, who does the news for PWNCAST He takes care of all of our news, so he grabs this stuff pretty quickly. And he linked it to me, and I watched it, and literally like goosebumps. Similar to when we were at the con and we got to see the trailer. Like I literally was like screaming at the end. I was so excited. So let's see. We've got June for us, those of us in the U.S. And it's going to be a party here where I live because all the Cali boys are going to come down here, and we're all going to do up a big movie situation and take over the movie theater basically and be those rude, obnoxious people that you see when you go to the theater. But I'm There is no For the Horde. There is For the Alliance.
Whoa,
So-
you know what really grinds my gears, though? When I watch that movie and I get excited for Lycan's lore, I am for the Horde. You know what? The Hunter Legion Hall that we're going to cover, the class hall, has got me amped. For the rest of the show, I'm Horde, okay? For the Horde.
Fuck. You
I
just
don't
hit
even
us
know
with
what just
some
happened.
DMX.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna start barking too.
That was really embarrassing to say that I know you. Okay. Let's get into some news because we have a lot of topics to cover. We are going to be covering, we got a nice little 15-minute walkthrough of the Hunter class hall as well as some Hunter lore to go along with that, courtesy of Lycan. I want to talk about some of your... just got DDoSed. I want to talk to you guys about some of the latest in Legion Edition. So this is the only mount I'm actually showing a picture of, and the reason I'm showing the picture, although it's going to be painfully obvious when I do show the picture, it's called the Fathoms Dweller. So the Fathoms Dweller actually drops from Kazumath the Hungerer. It's an underwater mount only. It looks like a jellyfish, but the top of it does resemble... I'm going to let you guys tell me. I'm going to just let me show it, and you guys can now see it. You guys tell me what you think the top of this thing looks like. We'll give everybody a minute to kind of see what's going on here and let your eyes adjust to what's happening on your screen right now. But you guys tell me what you think that looks like.
A jellyfish.
Did we finally get the condoms?
You guys are disgusting. I know what you're hinting at.
That looks like a condom for hentai porn.
So I literally am browsing and I see this and I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on my screen right now? So it is underwater only. It is awful. I have a fear of jellyfish, so this definitely doesn't help me. But all I kept thinking is it just looks like
It looks like a really bad Hostess like snowball.
I'm not going to sit on that just because
like one that's just went bad.
It's so awful. Yeah, guys, it's.
Hence why I will never be in that zone.
It just looks like the top of it, guys.
There.
It looks like just like the top.
Just the
Top
tip.
of what?
Just the tip, essentially.
You guys are terrible.
That's what she said.
Yeah, Aquadick. It looks. It's so weird.
Well said.
Aquadick.
I'm not sitting on that.
I'm not even. I mean, obviously, I'll try to acquire it because it adds to your mount collection. But that's the most god awful, atrocious thing I can ever picture myself writing in real life and in game. Giggity, literally, that's just terrible.
I think they had like a contest at work and was like, whoever can develop, the worst mount will put it in game, and that's what they got.
That was the one that won. So the other
Cody's
mounts.
already trying to unlock it right now.
I know. So they did add a bunch of mounts this last data mine in this last Legion build. PvP mounts, your Ferocious Gladiators, Cursor, Cruel Gladiators, Fearless Gladiators, and Vindictive Gladiators. These are all just various versions of the Warsteed, essentially is what they are. They're just reskins. That's what you're dealing with. 99% of the mounts is just reskins. The Vicious Goblin Trike has caused quite a wave in the community because if I recall, I remember when you purchased one expansion, you got a trike, right? Was it a go-kart? What was it you got for...
No, the Goblin carts?
Those
were introduced when they had the Goblin factions. You just had to get exalted.
No, there's one when you purchased one of the... If you purchased the physical copy of whatever it was, you got... It was on the box.
It could have only been a Kata because
I think it might have been, but I remember seeing it on the box and somebody had posted in a group, well, if I bought this now, because they got it at like a dollar store. It's really sad to see our World of Warcraft stuff at a dollar store, but it had the picture of...
Hey, but that means they're expanding. They're going everywhere.
Well, I mean,
okay?
It's probably not.
Some people have budgets, okay?
But it's pretty legit looking. It's a trike. Who can be really mad about that? And then the Rat Stallion Harness is something that you can acquire... and it lets you ride a giant rat in the underbelly in Dalaran, which is...
I actually think it's a pretty cool trike. Or pretty cool rat mount.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary if you like that kind of thing. I tend to want to set all things like that on fire. I know that's not, you shouldn't really do those kind of things, but don't judge me, guys. I'm just saying I'm terribly afraid of them. So
yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, there's that. I apologize if you guys hear the battle cries of the miniature children. They're not all the way asleep yet. I don't know what's going on in there, but I'm pretty sure a battle is happening. New toys.
Shot of whiskey will take care of that.
Well, For me? Oh no, them.
No, for them.
Oh, okay.
Kidney shots.
Kidney. Does it smell like chloroform? Just kidding, guys. You don't chloroform your children, okay? You don't chloroform your children. It's just bad form. So Emerald Winds is a new toy. It launches you into the air. Can only be used in Broken Isle. Now this goes along with an achievement, hatching of the Talon, and this is acquired in High Mountain. Kind of cool. I mean, maybe you just want to be launched into the air. I'm sure that you could find several uses for it, considering the fact there isn't going to be flying in Legion on any of the new Legion.
Oh, let's get to the forums.
I know. Let's all have a complete public meltdown because you can't fly for the first couple months of an expansion. How dare Blizzard take away our God-given right to fly in
I paid for the game. I want to fly.
Yeah,
where are the achievements?
No,
it's going down.
Dear God, I'm not getting into this conversation once again.
What?
Well, I mean, you know,
because I'm going to start. Listen, you need to give us some chance. You just can't. We need to go through the content first. We don't need to go ahead and go flying right away.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I didn't mind it at all. It made you actually take in what they're giving us. So
that sounded really.
My inner Frieza just came.
Sounded good.
I try not to take in what's given sometimes, so it's just weird.
Sounded pretty deep.
Yeah, I want to be clear about that.
I still don't have flying.
You don't? You wouldn't. That's not. I'm not
too
saying.
Too much work.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You're not about that life. Narcia's mirror causes a companion pet to take on your appearance. You buy it from a vendor in Dalaran for 1,000 gold. Jim, tell us about. Isn't there another toy that does this?
Oh yeah, it's a mirror pet image. I think it's called. I was just gonna make fun of you earlier because you're like, get your facts together. But I think it's a mirror pet where you turn into the image of your pet, and the one that you just mentioned, the pet takes on your image. So it's like the reverse.
And I'm a little vain, so I like that idea.
Which
imagine
that's exactly what a game got its name from too. Narcissists.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's pretty awesome. I'll probably spend the 1,000 gold to acquire that nice little item.
Sold.
And it's not too bad. 1,000 gold. I mean, you can get that in a day doing garrison missions.
Literally. Also, if you buy Overwatch Origins Edition, you do get Baby Winston. You do get him, you can play him currently, so you don't have to wait to get him. Just a little thing.
Cool.
You also get Tracer for Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, I need to buy it.
Yeah, I haven't purchased it yet because it's BlizzCon, everything else. So
as soon as I found out Baby Winston was in the game,
you were like, I should go get a desk instead of spending money on a game that I'm not going to play. Yeah,
he needs to stand. He needs to stand.
You're right. I'm not really going to play it at all, but I just knew the pet was in the game, and I instantly went and purchased Origins or whatever.
Yeah, I want Tracer, and I want the damn wings for Diablo. I mean,
me no play Diablo, but Tracer's cool. She's difficult in Heroes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Heroes isn't really my get down. New engineering goggle models. There's like 6 of them.
Ooh,
Googles? Really?
Yeah. Did I put Googles?
You did put Googles.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I am not an engineer. That's the only
profession
only
you don't
profession
have?
I literally don't deal with. And since the DK's back on Argent Dawn, I think I'll pick that up on the DK. And
that's my main profession on my orc.
Okay,
Hunter.
DMX. Got you.
Yeah, that has been Lycan's profession since I created
How
him.
stoked are you then about these new goggles?
I've always loved the goggles. Even I don't use the Farsight ability that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I've
But it's good for aesthetics, though, right?
You know what? A lot of my gear, though, I've actually transmogged back into the goggles. I like the way the goggles look on a lot of the gear, and it lets you know, unlike most professions out there, say you got the mounts and stuff, but it lets you know that yes, I'm an engineer, and it's I like it on here, and I think I'm an engineer, my hunter too, for that reason.
Huh? Interesting.
I just like the way they look.
It's pretty cool.
I
Brawlers
like
Guild.
the stats on them.
Brawlers Guild's going on hiatus in Legion, so let's not cry. It's going to be okay. There's going to be more than enough stuff to do. The Watcher Dev, which is Ian Hascostas, posted that they said something about preparing for the next big thing. So I think we can... Hello?
Hello. We're good.
Oh, that was
minor technical difficulties. We're
that was
good.
really awkward and intrusive on my eyeballs. So I'm assuming there's going to be a revamp then of the Brawlers Guild. So I think
more than likely
we can look forward to, because it's your own instance and you fight several bosses. So I'm assuming that's going to be the thing.
So there's no more queue, like waiting.
Well, let me tell you the way it's
know.
set right now. The Alliance got screwed. Because it is so much easier to go through it as a horde member just running from one end of a road to the other end of the road. For Alliance, we get spawned halfway across the fucking city that we get to fly over, go through a zoning portal, and then all the way down. It's stupid.
Cry me a river.
Whoa. I'm going to give it to you. That was really funny.
Stupid.
What?
So I want to talk about something. We don't have a whole lot of information as far as how it's going to be acquired, but each class now has order hall item sets. Now, typically, this is usually your 5-piece, right? You have your 2, your 4, and then I think it's like, you're something lame for your 5-piece. So these sets include 8 pieces. There isn't a whole lot of information as far as where you're going to be acquiring those through. Obviously, it's order hall item set as far as what was data mined, so I think we can assume that it's probably going to coincide with some order hall missions or achievements or whatever the case may be, but each class has its own different set of it. The bulk of it is, for your 6-piece, your stat is increased by 1,000, whatever your main stat is in your priority. For your 8-piece, something special that you have procs an extra 700 of whatever for 10 seconds, and it varies for each class. So that's pretty, they're 800 item level to start. It's pretty legit. It's still very, very new. It was barely data mined a couple days ago. So as we start getting more information on what those item sets are going to be, where you can acquire them, how useful they're going to be in light of raiding, dungeoning, all the other things that you're able to do in game, we'll kind of give that some more, information.
Love them.
So before we get into the Hunter Order Hall.
Yes.
Awkward. Before we get into the Hunter Order Hall, I wanted to... Last week we had Asmongold on the show, so we did not do our nice little acknowledgement of our 2 years of podcasting. So, PWNCAST has been podcasting 2 years. We have never missed a week. We have recorded every week. That slow clap is really awful when no one else does it with you, isn't it?
Guys,
I'm going to toot my own horn. I've never missed an episode. Ever. I have literally come hell or high water. The children are running around diaperless and naked. There's no food in the house. My brother Dominic is crying about the internet. Literally, doesn't matter what's going on. All stops on show day. I've never missed a show. To that end, we've been through a lot of change. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that before we moved into some of the other more informative topics that we have in the latter part of the show.
Forever?
Yeah, forever. So I'm not the creator of PWNCAST. As much to your old dismay, I know. How could she say that? I'm not the creator.
Did?
No.
I should be hosting, but that's
no, you're not hosting.
Sorry, continue.
So Elida is actually the concept. PWNCAST was developed by Elida, and his brother Frieza was a cast member. You had Spamberger and Mass Medic. Those were your originals as far as the cast was concerned. I came on and I started taking over hosting little by little because Elida had real life issues going on. And then life just took him in a different direction. He did hand over the reins of the show to me. I want to say maybe 9 or 10 episodes in, I think is what we're looking at, 9 or 10 episodes in. And Frieza stayed along for the ride. Spam. Mass Medic, I think, was the first one to leave out of those guys. He went. Yeah,
I replaced Mass.
Yeah, he went to go do be all the things. He had children, and life took him in that direction, as life typically does. And then Spamberger, same thing. Life took him in a different direction. So then I'm graced with, we lost Hots along the way as well. Bloke is still here, guys. He's not, gone for good. He's just taking a break.
Yeah, he has life right now, so
Yeah, but that in no way means he's not involved and or is not here. So
he's appeasing the bacon gods.
We've been through a lot of change, guys. Those of you that have been with us from the very beginning, and there's a lot of you've seen the change. Whenever I go back and look at the YouTube channel and I look at the first couple video episodes when we first went into video, I'm always like, ew, what? Was that me? Because I've evolved as a producer. I've evolved quite a bit as far as what my skill set is. And we each individually have kind of evolved in the information that we give and the way that we are in the show. So I want to thank everybody that's continued to support us along the way, because it has not been an easy road. It's a lonely road sometimes when you're trying to find relevance in things that people don't see relevance in. So it's been a long struggle of road, and I'm very blessed to be surrounded in the PWNCAST organization, not just with these guys you see before you, and of course Huge Bloke, who isn't here today, but we have the PDQ staff, which is PWNCASTDailyQuest.com, that works tirelessly 24 hours a day. My editors, my writers, my content creators, my graphic artist, who's Ella. Literally, these guys work 24 hours a day for me. And I'm not nice sometimes, right? I'm not an easy person. And I know that because I'm a perfectionist. And these guys do it.
Can I sing my song?
No, you cannot. These guys do it for the love of the game. They do it for the love of the community. They do it volunteer. These guys don't get paid. I don't even pay them in layers, guys. These guys don't even get any fucking gum for doing this, literally. They get accolades and attaboys and pats on the back as being a part of a fabulous team, the Facebook admins. We brought in a team of Facebook admins 6 or 7 months ago, and these guys literally blew up the Facebook with so much relevant content that I could not be happier. I mean, these guys, once again, they deal with my attitude, and they work tirelessly to scan the social media and scan the things that are going on and make sure they have their finger on the pulse of the community. Let's not make this weird, guys. And I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged everybody that's part of PWNCAST as an organization, because we've grown. We're at about 31, 32 people in staff, and it's all 100% volunteering of time. These guys don't get anything outside of the fulfillment that they get from doing things like this in the community. So I wanted to personally thank everybody for continuing to follow along the dream that is PWNCAST and continuing to make it great, because it cannot be done with one person alone. It literally takes a village. And we have a fantastic staff of people, except for maybe Jim.
I'm gonna cry.
I was just going to say, we do it for you guys, you know? We work hard, a lot of highs and lows to the week, but we're so excited to join you every Monday.
Really?
Yep.
Well said. That's what I meant to say. I was going to say well said, but you made fun.
It's one of those moments where you were faking it really good, Lycan, and I wasn't sure if if it was real. Oh.
I'm good.
Oh.
It's the feels, man. You know he's in it.
It's right here. It's right here.
I don't pay them in tacos, actually, because I don't share my tacos, guys.
I don't even get fed when I went down to visit her.
I know. You know what, though? I felt really bad for that.
Her fridge was empty that day.
Bad.
No, she goes, here's the food, here's the fridge, grab something if you want. And she went back up to her office. I went,
no.
I see all this good cooking all over Facebook. I thought, okay, finally I'm going to get some payment. No.
Even on Skype.
She didn't even make me a freaking peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It's bad for business.
Hello?
She basically pointed at Kira's dog food and said, here, share hers. I like Vic. Don't take his food. You can take Kira's.
He sat in my office on the couch of shame. It's the lecture couch. Whenever one of my kids is in trouble, they sit on this. There's a leather couch in here, and it's Cody calls it, Hots calls it the lecture couch. That's where he knows when someone's sitting on that couch, he knows somebody's in trouble.
In my guilt leg spread.
Where he was sitting on the couch was perfect, like completely inappropriate. If you could just cross the legs like a lady, that would be.
Oh, you had your kilt on?
I had my kilt on, and my legs were like as wide spread as you could get them.
That's right, man.
And I'm playing with the dog, and somebody took a picture.
Ella said she gets fed. Sucks for you, Nader. So to that end, here's to another year of doing what we love. We're going to keep doing this, guys.
I'd like to make an announcement now that I'll be leaving the show after this episode. I've got so much stuff going on.
You should know how scarred I am that when one of these guys text messages me outside of the podcast chat, and it's just a private message on Facebook, and they're like, "Hey, can we talk?" What is my standard answer? That depends. If it's about the show, the answer's no. We're not going to talk about it. I don't want to suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, I had to tell you right off the bat that had nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, because my heart can't. We've suffered through a lot of change recently, and this is just the way things go. And you roll with the punches, and you continue to do it, and you just know that you have that mindful forethought that you're going to make sure you can put out the best. We've beefed up our YouTubes. I've been in alpha every day recording content for the YouTube channel too. It's time we stop talking about it just once a week and we actually start putting it into action. So we've done a lot, and we're continuing to do a lot on all realms of PWNCAST. So it's good things.
I was just an alpha too. Oh, that's right. Blizzard hasn't given it to me yet.
It's not my fault. Blame Blizzard. I don't know how to help you.
When I sit down with dinner with Mike, I'm going to be pissed. I'm done.
You, if that helps.
By then the game will be out. So.
I know.
Yeah.
So we are going to go through, I have a nice video walkthrough of the Hunter Order Hall. It's located in High Mountain. It's called the True Shot Lodge. This was a pleasure, absolute pleasure for me to go through. I don't hunter, and it's instantly, I already felt like I was a hunter when I was in there. So I'm going to go ahead and, I do have a hunter. It's like level 37. I'm so lazy.
That's right.
Let me put this over here. And we're going to go ahead and Lycan has some nice hunter lore that he's going to be talking about as well while you guys get to watch this beautiful video.
For the Horde.
Oh, smack you. From an early age, the call of the wild draws some adventurers from the comfort of their homes into an unforgiving primal world outside. Those who endure become hunters, masters of their environment. They are able to slip like ghosts through trees and lay traps in the path of their enemies. As we've gone through with the warrior class, the hunter is probably one of the oldest class in Azeroth history. Very similar to the warrior, they don't rely on arcane or fell magic primarily to do their damage. They are close to the wild, they build strong bonds with their companions, and are always on the hunt. Whether they're bleeding or blending in with the environment or having their companions maul your face while they shoot an arrow in your knee, see what I did there? Hunters are forced to be reckoned with. Hunters have been masters of traps, ranged weapons, and at one point, and soon again, meleeing their opponents and face smashing them. There are several notable hunters, though, around, and in Azeroth and Draenor as well. Some of them are the Windrunner sisters. If you're not familiar, it's Illyria, Varisa, and Sylvanas, and we know Sylvanas is the queen of the Forsaken. Chandra's Feathermoon, which was a night elf, and she was the general of the Sentinel army. You got Hemet Nessingwary and Rexar, champion of the Horde. And you're going to see that, yes, I actually did a nice little piece on the Horde for you people, so you guys can calm down. Start off with the Windrunner sisters. They were forces to be reckoned with. During the Second War, several members of the Windrunner sisters were actually killed by the Orc forces. With their one brother and their parents now dead, Illyria joined up with the Alliance expedition and to find revenge for their deaths. We actually know that Illyria has disappeared, and we are going to see her again come in Legion, her and Terralium. You also have Varisa. Varisa actually married Ronan, Ronan being the now dead leader of the current tour. And we actually see a lot of hers with the book that spanned MOP and Warlords of Draenor. Definitely take a look at it. The Windrunners helped fight some of the Scourge forces led by Arthas Menethil, a.k.a. the Lich King, on the attack of Kel'Thuzad. Vrisa escaped, but not Sylvanas. Now, Sylvanas fought valiantly, but as she and her rangers made a stand in Fairbreeze Village. You can read in the books, though, that as the horror came to Sylvanas, to those that who fought by her side in battle were actually raised by Arthas and used to fight back. Sylvanas ended up tried to kill Arthas, but she was no match for Frostmourne. She became mutilated and her soul was tortured. She became a banshee. Her body was actually thrown right onto a meat wagon and eventually locked away in an iron coffin. Now more powerful than she ever was when she was alive, Arthas used Sylvanas to attack her own people. He allowed Sylvanas to retain her self-awareness, so she actually knew what was happening, but she was pretty much a puppet the entire time. Eventually, the mind control on Sylvanas weakened. She was able to break the bonds. And her existence from this point on was to help other Forsaken break that bond and have and mass an army to exact vengeance on Arthas himself. Now, we've been waiting since Wrath for more lore on the Forsaken, and I believe we're going to be receiving a lot of that information coming in Legion. So very excited for that. Going to another hunter, we have Hemet Nessingwary. Hemet is one of those fabled hunters we either come to love or hate. We encountered him in several different places in the Grand, Shalazar Basin, Valley of the Four Winds, even in New Grand on Draenor. Now, he loves hunting big game, and it's pretty much his main drive. As we level, we get quests from him, or now his son from Stranglethorn Vale, to hunt a certain amount of big game, most of the time ending in a named NPC. When Hemet traveled to Draenor, though, he was promised the opportunity by both sides to hunt big game. However, they instead told him to hunt the Warsong wolves for domestication. Hemet was just completely unhappy about this. And actually, if you go into New Grand right now, you can actually find him completely shit-faced, sitting on the side of a lake fishing. And you can actually drink with him. And if you have a drink with him, he'll show up on in your garrison. A little tidbit for you if you didn't know that. Last but certainly not least, we have the man, the myth, the legend, and arguably the most revered hunter out there And with the title of the champion of the Horde, you can see why he's so respected or feared. Rexxar, known as the last son of the Mok'Nathal. Now, before we get in, the Mok'Nathal are a race of half ogres, half orcs. Rexxar is one of the only remaining members of this clan. He's a Beastmaster hunter, has several notable companions that came around with him. Haratha the wolf, Leok the wyvern, he had a hawk named Spirit, Huffer the boar, but most notably he had a bear. It's a fearsome bear by the name of Misha. Rexxar left that pacifist clan of Mok'Nathal from the Blade's Edge Mountains to join up with the Horde, and he left through the Dark Portal. He fought with the Horde through the Second War, but was concerned with the slaughters that the orcs continued with afterwards. After several betrayals and then the death of Haratha, now Haratha leapt between Rexxar and an orc warlock and was completely drained of its life. Rexxar killed that warlock. He isolated himself only to be with his beast companions with whom he knew he could trust. And Rexxar and Misha basically roamed Kalimdor for quite some time. Now, Rexxar did come upon a work warrior by the name of Mogren, and we see that he's attacked by a bunch of Quillboars. Rexxar tried to help, but it was a little too late. Mogren asked him, though, says, "Can you deliver a message to Thrall?" And when he did, Thrall asked him to stay. He told Rexxar that this land was his as well as the orcs. And Rexxar insisted, though, if he was going to stay with the Horde, that he was going to go ahead and earn his keep. Thrall sent him on many messages, killing powerful leaders of the Harpies, the Kobolds. He helped the Horde through many of the incursions by the humans, even traveling as far as to go to the Echo Isles to assist in Vol'jin. Rexxar traveled to Theramore as well and was concerned with the human settlements in Dustwallow Marsh. After meeting Jaina Proudmoore and fighting a Naga army, he returned to Theramore with Jaina. There he met Admiral Proudmoore, Jaina's father, and he ordered Rexxar's capture, even though Jaina asked that he be left alone. Rexxar escaped and returned to the Echo Isles to Vol'jin. Slew many malevolent enemies there as well, traveled to Draenor to fight in the arenas to gain experience. And then Rexxar ended up traveling to Mulgar to talk to the Tarns before the battle. Rexxar was sent by Cairn to return the captured Bane Bloodhoof at the time. After returning to Vol'jin, Rexxar went into Dustwallow Marsh, and we see there he encountered the Stonemaul clan, which is a clan of ogres, and after proving himself, was able to join this clan. He then fought for control of the clan, convinced them to fight alongside with him. Thrall, though, after Rexxar had proven all his deeds and fighting all these enemies and slaying them for them, named Rexxar the champion of the Horde and put him in charge of fighting Admiral Proudmoore's forces. Rexxar was very victorious in his battles, eventually fought Admiral Proudmoore directly, and ended up killing him. He disappeared into the wilderness for some times after that. We did see him return in to help fight and killing Onyxia. And he has been back to the Blade. He's now back at the Blade's Edge Mountains, and that's where you can find him right now. We will see Rexxar again in Legion. This isn't really giving any spoilers away, but we do know that he's been rumored to have joined something called the Unseen Path. Now, this is a union of all hunters formed after the War of the Ancients. Really have never taken root in the lore in-game, but we do read these in a lot of the books about the Unseen Path, who they are, and it will be really nice to see them actually in Legion. Now, as for the artifact weapons, hunters have some huge changes coming in Azeroth. Beastmasters actually receive a weapon called Titan Strike. Now, it was actually created by Mimron, and it's powered by Thorim. And I forget it. I think it's called Titan Core, Titan Powers. That is the name of or Storm. I forget what it is. But anyway, it's powered by Thorim himself. Now, when you use this weapon, you do get an ability that is granted. It's called Hattie Fight with to have Hattie fight with you as a companion. The ability to dual wield pets in Legion is going to be freaking epic. Hattie is if you know what Skull is, which is one of the pets that most hunters try to go after in Northrend. It's a blue, thundering, lightning-looking wolf. Hattie is going to be the direct, not opposite, but it's kind of like going to be its counterpart. And a very cool story, and I don't want to go into it here, but if you ever want to read up a good story about Norse mythology and what these two pets are, go read about Hattie and Skull, and you can see why they are so important and why they've brought into the lore of Warcraft. It's really awesome. Marksman hunters. you're going to get a powerful weapon called Thastera. It's the legacy of the Windrunners. This is a family heirloom that was passed down from the Windrunners, and it is crafted from the limb of the mother tree in Eversong Forest and handed down to the eldest of each generation. As of where the location of the bow is right now, we're not sure. We believe that Illyria had it, but they haven't really proven that yet in game. I don't want to go into alpha spoilers. But that is the weapon that the Marksman Hunter is going to get. Now, this actually provides an ability called Windburst, allowing increased movement speed into the arrow's path to all allies and a massive damage onto its target. So if you're standing between the target and the hunter, you're actually going to get an increased movement speed. Lastly, there is the Survival Hunters. Lots of controversy over this. Some people love it, some people hate it, but they've been changed from a ranged class to a melee class. They're going to receive a polearm named Talonclaw, Spirit of the Wild Gods. The High Mountain Tauren, which you'll meet in Legion, crafted this weapon 10,000 years ago. And this is way before actually the Legion even came here the first time. When you use the weapon, you get an ability called Fury the Eagle. Unleashing it says a bunch of frontal spear attacks, which I'm assuming maybe is like that, I don't know the name of the spell, but it's the one that the monks use where they attack in front with a bunch of hits. It actually looks pretty nice. I like the idea that they're going melee. Before you get into the argument of melee hunters, it was actually a semi-viable option in vanilla. Melee hunters in vanilla in PvP were freaking evil. Also, I'll be completely honest, I can't count the amount of times that I've actually ran out of ammo when I was playing a hunter in Wrath and had to unintentionally become a melee hunter, but it worked. And you may not have gotten the best numbers, but you were still able to put up some decent numbers. And I can't wait to see it. It's really going to be nice. It's going to be fresh, a breath of fresh air for the hunter class, which I think sometimes becomes very stale because it's been around and it's been so overused. And just remember, people, change is good. You know, it's not that scary. Please just give it a chance, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. But super excited. The video of the hunter class looks awesome, the class hall. I can't wait to meet some of these people like Rexar. I believe we'll probably end up running into him in Nesting area again. It'd be nice.
The part that we're at with the video's almost over, but the part where we're at is I didn't notice the river the first 12 times I was in Hunter Hall. I noticed this river off to the side, and I was like, I wonder if she's tall enough, because obviously since gnome hunters are a thing, most of the classes that I've rolled in Legion specifically for these videos have been gnomes, if I can get away with it, because they're smaller so they don't take up the screen size, right? I don't want them to take up the visual when I'm doing videos like this. But it's just super weird being a gnome and being a hunter. And she was...
I was curious about that too, if you picked the gnome for that specific reason.
No, I didn't intentionally. Well, once I started doing the video, I realized what it meant when I did that, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty smart, guys. Like, and they're right here at this part, there's this, I don't know what that NPC is, the flying bird dragon eagle. I don't really know what it was, but as a gnome, I was super afraid it was going to swoop down and just like scoop me up.
Take you away.
Yeah, I was pretty scared, but I noticed it
didn't
because
have a name?
Leok, Leokk.
Okay, Leok is
Leok,
one of the pets of Rexar.
Oh, okay.
That is that was one of actually his pets that he had. Not as famous as Misha or Harather. But yeah, that was one of his. And that kind of gives you an Easter egg there that you probably will be meeting Rexar throughout Legion itself.
I appreciate that the targeting dummies are the archery targets. I like the little nuances that they did do with each class hall. It's super appropriate.
That's cool.
Yeah, they did a really, really good job, and I'm about to get DDoSed by people. I hated doing these videos of the halls because people just don't even mind. They run right in front of you.
Yeah.
So that was really, really awesome lore there, Nate.
Yeah, that was good, Nate.
Thank you. You used my cellular name.
I did.
I wonder how many people are going to use, the original, hunter bow, the giant quest line. That if you have that bow, you're like someone special, because a lot of people never completed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once you got like transmog your legendaries.
So that is a thing for sure now.
Yeah, and I think that we talked about this. I was on a Chaos Portal podcast Saturday, and they had asked my opinion on it. And I think the reason they did that is, if you remember Miss Pandaria, you got that god-awful cape, which only matched maybe one item in Miss Pandaria.
That cape was fabulous.
It was fabulous because it was really difficult to get, right? I totally get it. We went through a lot of bullshit to get that cape, but if you wanted to change your transmog at the drop of a hat, you really couldn't, because you had to wear your cape. You needed it, and Are you disrobing right now? Is there?
He is.
It's hot here.
He's getting fancy.
It's a 2-year anniversary. I'm going to strip her.
Well, alrighty then.
I feel like a bitch chick, so I can show my
Gemma
teeth.
Banks, your pet battler extraordinaire, is going to hit you guys with his own little lovely, very professional pet battle segment.
Not as professional as the lore.
We'll see about that. Good job on the lore, though. I liked seeing a lot of the hunter bows and a lot of the stuff. It was great. But hello and welcome to Gemma Banks's Pet Battle segment, okay? Today we've got a lot of information, so we shouldn't waste any time. Let's get into it. Additional Pet Battle changes Pet Battle tuning in Legion. 2 major changes, actually, they're happening. The Pandaren Water Spirit has 2 abilities, Geyser and Whirlpool. And normally what you would do is time them, right? You'd use Geyser, goes off in 3 rounds, Whirlpool in 2 rounds. But they're nerfing that similar to Graves, right? You have to choose between one of the 2. Graves had 2 AoE abilities, very overpowered. They changed it where you had to use one of the 2. So same thing for the Pandaren Water Spirit. The difference between the 2 major changes is the Pandaren Water Spirit's being nerfed probably for pet bosses, where Graves was being nerfed for PvP pet battles. So the Pandaren Water Spirit is one of the 2 pets for the Howl Bomb strategy. So they're nerfing that. It affects a lot of people's plans on how they do their pet battle dailies and how they defeat specific bosses. Also, its teammate on the Howl Bomb team is being nerfed as well as far as the Howl ability. Currently, Howl lasts for 2 rounds, increases all damage done by 100%. So it doubles the damage, but they're changing it so it only affects one ability. So the way the Howl Bomb strategy currently works is Geyser, Whirlpool, you sub the Pandaren Water Spirit out, bring in Chrominius Howl, and then Geyser, Whirlpool goes off, your enemy's stunned, you smash it with Surge of Power. It's not a thing anymore because of Howl being changed. It only affects one ability. And of course, we mentioned the Pandaren Water Spirit. You have to choose between Geyser or Whirlpool. So other changes or the tuning, Cleave is being changed. It's not a big deal. We talked a couple weeks about Cleave on how it was going to have a 1-round cooldown. It's not going to have a cooldown, but it's going to be reduced by 25%. But it doesn't matter because only one pet has Cleave, which is the Weebomination. Maybe more pets in the expansion will have Cleave. And then the other nerf or fine-tuning or whatever you want to call it was to the ability Shell Armor. It's a powerful shield that lasts for 3 rounds currently. Reduces a lot of damage, over 200 damage. It's being nerfed from 3 rounds to 2 rounds. So those are some of the changes as far as the abilities go. The one thing that was announced right after that, the very next day, was Pet Battle World Quests. So I thought that was interesting. What does that mean? Once you hit max level in Legion, there'll be, it looks like around, it says 37 quests. I don't know if that's an official number. And once you complete all 37 quests, there's an achievement. Basically, I think you can do 2 a day, and it's very random as far as what quests you can or cannot do. And I thought that was cool, kind of adds something else to the pet battle world. And then also what's happening for some of those quests are, you'll be fighting with certain legendary bosses or pet battle teams. The one thing that I thought was interesting, it said one of the challenges would be like a 10-round challenge where you have to endure an AoE attack of some sort for 10 rounds. I don't know how that's going to work, but basically I have a feeling it's just going to attack your team and you'll have to heal through it somehow or survive it, right? So also on top of that, I know it's a lot of news, there's 6 new companion pets that are being added. 2 of them are PvP pets. It doesn't say how we're going to obtain them. I hope it's through PvP pet battles. I don't know if it'll be through like actual player PvP. We'll find out. Those are called the Alliance Enthusiast and the Horde Fanatic. What? Go Horde. And then we have the... Guys, settle down. Hey, and then we've got the Lurkin Owl Kitten. This thing actually looks neat. Neato. It's like a Moonkin kitten on all 4s. So I don't know what that's going to be like. And then some other boring pets. They're new, though. Untethered Wormling. The Hangering Claw, which I got excited for at first. I thought it'd be like another...
It's hangry? Is it in fact hangry?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I thought I said that wrong for a moment. Maybe, but it's not even a claw, so I don't think that it's hangry because it's not hungry at all. It's a tentacle. I thought it would be like a crawling claw, very cool pet. Why would you call it a claw if it's a tentacle? It's silly. And then the Transmutant, which alchemists make, it's just a blob with a scary face. So that's a lot of cool changes for me anyway. I was telling Belle and the crew, I'm like, so many changes, it's important. And they're like, yeah, settle down, right? So big news for us pet battlers. And I think that covers it. I know Lycan was upset with the Howl Bomb strategy. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that being...
It was actually, when we go into the pet battlings, especially you get into the garrison where you have, they randomly go through a cycle, and you get the single pet there. Sometimes it's the mini stitches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So easy to go in and do that Howl Bomb.
Yeah.
You set it up perfectly, you go through it. And I think maybe they took it away because it was used so much. If you look at, what is that? The carrot, and you have to go through, and you had to kill, the carrot and the 3 different things. And it was so easy. Once you had those 3 pets, you set it up, you went through, and you could do it on all your characters. I think maybe they're upset with the way that worked. And, it's not an exploit. It's just a great way to use mechanics. But I don't know. I was very upset the way they set up. It was nice to have that. You never used it in PvP. You never used it anywhere else. I don't understand what the big problem was, but I know that's exactly why they broke it up, in my opinion, is because it was so easy to take down them single pets.
Yeah, I think they want some variety. I know a lot of the pet bosses, like you said in your Garrison, Stitches, Eleanor, Quintessence of Light.
Yeah.
They were all easily destroyed. Actually, that pet quest that you're talking about, just the Terraclaw hatchling actually kills all 3 of those. That silly carrot, rat, and Gorfu, whatever it was.
Silly rabbit,
silly wabbit, wascoey wabbit. So that's about it. I think they just wanted some variety for some of those pets. So thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure.
Good Lord. He's trying. He's trying.
It's because he's trying to be better than us, and you just... I'm always going to be better. I have boobs. Let's just be real.
Next time we're going to come
in... So
in...
does Lycan, though. I'm just...
But he's going to have...
I'm just kidding. I love you so much.
I love you so off the show on a 2-year anniversary.
I love you so much. It hurts. Physically.
He has pecs.
If you love me that much, I wouldn't be on the show tonight.
He did say, "Can I take the night off?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. You cannot take the night off. There's only 4 of us." So
yeah, I'm going under the knife in 4 hours.
He's being super dramatic, guys. He's going to get drugs aplenty. He's going to be medicated. It's going to be fine.
She won't let me take the night off the rest before my surgery.
I know. I'm a terrible person. I can't. How I even.
How do you even live? How are you going to sleep tonight?
I live very well, and I sleep very good. That's a lie. I don't.
She has no feelings.
I didn't know you were going through surgery in the next so many hours.
Tomorrow morning.
All right, let's have a moment of silence and prayer that surgery goes okay.
R.I.P.
No, let's pray for a speedy recovery. All right, let's just kind of.
So I got a couple things.
And it's my strange hand too. It's going to be.
Oh my God. That sounded way different than what it should have. I got a couple things I want to talk about for Bell's Bites. So the first thing I want to talk about is the BlizzCon situation. Fortunately, the whole crew's got BlizzCon tickets. We are all ready to go as far as PWNCAST goes. There's going to be 15 members of the porn. Awkward.
Whoa. Those are on her off days, everybody.
This is PWNCAST After Dark.
That's so embarrassing that I would say that. I don't even watch porn.
You're turning as red as your hair.
Fuck. PWNCAST, 15 members of the PWNCAST organization are going to be attending, including, and that does not include our friends that do support us as PWNCAST. It's going to be pretty nice to see 15 people walking around with staff shirts. I'm pretty stoked about it. We did acquire the tickets one way or the other. There were some strokes that did have to happen to acquire others' tickets. I do want to give a shout out to Ella, and I have a little confession to make to you, Sauce, which I think I'm just going to start calling you Sauce because Secret Sauce is what to say. So when we were buying tickets, I got my thing popped, and I was so excited that I forgot to change the quantity to 2. So I only bought 1, and thank goodness Ella had members of her household also trying to get tickets in the house. So she totally saved my life and was able to get 3 tickets so that I could pay her for your ticket. It was really embarrassing.
Well, thank you, Ella. Yeah. I am very happy that you were able to acquire my ticket.
I could not imagine my face having to tell you, by the way, just kidding. It was really embarrassing.
Send me my money back.
So excited. I know. I was so excited that I wasn't even thinking about the situation. I also want to tell you guys, and I'm going to get it pulled up here so I can make sure that I have all the information. So I have some good friends of mine that are running Epic Nerd Camp. Now, if you want to know what Epic Nerd Camp, if you could in your mind's eye just picture all things nerdy, jousting, crafts, all things nerdy, tabletop situations, anything you can stuff into a bag of nerd, that's what Epic Nerd Camp is, and it's a summer camp for adults.
Is there LARPing?
Of course. Children, there
Absolutely.
might be some RPing. Don't really know how that goes down since it's physical RP. You get what I'm saying? Just kidding. I don't know. We're not running a brothel here, guys. So my good friends are the ones that are heading up this situation, and it's a beautiful thing. I did want to try to attend. I'm not going to be able to do so this year, but I am going to do so next year. So it's going to be in the Poconos Mountains, which is in Oregon, right? Do I have that? Is that...
The Poconos?
I don't know where it's at, guys. I know Azeroth, okay? That's what I know. Juno...
It's not in California. I know that
Poconos
much.
is in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. There you go. Now, I don't know why I was thinking Oregon.
Whoa.
What the fuck? Okay. So June 11th and June 14th. June 11th to the 14th is going to be the first session. Second session is going to be 15th through the 18th. Now, you guys should go register. The price is super cheap to be able to go. You can totally afford to do this in BlizzCon if you want to. It's super affordable. Guys, it's a fucking nerd camp for adults. I mean, if I didn't have 5 children and have other things that I need to do this year, I would have already been there. Literally, I wanted to go myself because it's a nerd camp for adults. Children aren't the only ones that get to have fun, guys. I'm just going to throw that out there. Add a little alcohol, put on your armor, get your sword, and just go to battle. The leotards. Not appropriate for all audiences, but yes.
I can't see you LARPing.
Well...
She wouldn't.
It depends on the
Can
whispering
you try?
eye, okay? The whispering eye. That's the LARP I do.
The beer winch. The bar winch.
I have the whispering eye. So epicnerdcamp.com. Make sure you guys go there, get all the information, register. They have a shop, the whole 9. Guys, if you have the means to do this camp, you really, really need to. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in here just so you guys have the link. Again, if you guys are watching this on YouTube or listening on iTunes, it's epicnerdcamp.com. Go in there, get all the informations. You can send them an email on the website, put in a contact form if you have more information that you need on that. They also have a Facebook, they have a Twitter, so make sure you guys go and get involved in that if you have the means to do so.
I'm gonna check it out after the show.
Yeah, I mean, you won't go.
I love the name of
What
it.
do you mean I won't go? What's that supposed to mean?
Do you sprechen Sie Deutsch?
What?
Also, to that end, let's talk about BlizzCon. For our listeners and our watchers and our people that are going to BlizzCon, PWNCAST is going to be putting on. PWNCAST is going to be putting on its very own shindig this year.
Whoa.
Courtesy of Chaos, who is going to be our event coordinator. He booked the Hilton for Wednesday night. Details still coming. We're still working out the details. Here's what I know. DJ, booze, dancing, maybe tacos. So we're doing it on Wednesday, so that way we can avoid the clusterfuck that happens Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with all the other parties. Is going to be at the Hilton, and the name of the party is the PWNCAST DitchCon 2016 party. For those of you who don't know what DitchCon is, this is not in reference to ditching BlizzCon. This is in reference to you go with a whole group of people, and halfway through your day, it's literally just you. Because everybody is off in a different direction. It's just the nature to be in BlizzCon is to be ditched. So we wanted to celebrate that. We wanted to give you all one space where you could all hang out and actually not get ditched, right? Because you're all in one space.
Or if you do get ditched, you're like, whoa, where'd my friends go? It's Wednesday. Oh, they're at the party.
Yeah,
all right,
they're at
so you
the
know
party,
where to find
and
them.
then you need to be there. We're going to be giving away stuff. Fang, who is he is one of our Facebook admins, but he is also our artist as far as I was going to say edibles, but that's something totally different, guys. Just ignore me. I'm really tired. That's not what I meant.
That's like in specialty.
Craftables, you know, your nerd swag. So your etched glasses, your World of Warcraft themed items, coasters,
Really cool
shields.
stuff.
He makes so much art. He's going to be making a shit ton of stuff to give away at this party. So be looking for that Kickstarter. We are going to do a small crowdfunded Kickstarter just to make sure that we can cover the cost of the party. There's going to be some nice incentives in there. So make sure you guys look out for that. We'll hopefully have more information on that next week as we kind of unveil the situation.
Can I ask a question?
No.
You have your hand up like you're in school.
His hand's raised, so...
Just interrupt.
Fine.
Hey, am I eligible to win the stuff?
No. You're not eligible to win it.
Nor is your family.
Yeah. Just tell your mom to stop asking me for coasters, okay?
She loves you. She loves the show, and actually, I didn't want to tell you this and let it go to your head, but You're my mom's favorite, Belle.
Don't lie to me. Your mom has never seen our show.
I'm the beloved buddy.
However, I know that I'm Travis's mom's favorite. Travis's mom loves me. Murky. Back me up here, bud. I need you to no strippers, sadly, because
Why?
Well, I think there might be some kind of labor law or something going on at the Hilton. They specifically said no strippers. So
I did promise Fangler I would do the truffle shuffle.
You're not doing it on the show, though. You're gonna do it at the party.
I thought I was going to do both.
Yeah, no, the party sounds great. If you want to see Lycan do the truffle shuffle, you need to attend the party. Now, I want you guys to know, as of now, the party's going to be free to enter. Assuming everything goes right with the crowdfunding and we get what we need, we don't want to charge people to go to a party. We want people to just come and hang out because it's fun and because we have dancing and booze. So, but more details to come as we kind of work all that stuff out. We're treading new territory when it comes to that. But yeah, it's going to be scary. So, I was going to talk about what to do before Legion, but there's some more information that I want to gather as far as what else is being removed. So I'm actually just going to forego that this week, and we're going to talk about that next week since we had so much information. I'm trying to time keep here and see if I have the time to go into that. Actually, we have some time. Let me go into it. Let me not be a bum, guys. I'm going to make sure you guys get a proper segment, okay?
There you go. Good job.
Did you tell him I'm DJing at the party?
I know, I seen that.
What? It's still in the discussion. We're trying to work things out here, but...
Hashtag strippers and blow.
Hookers and hookers.
Yeah, we're doing strippers. We didn't do hookers.
Well, hookers put out, though. Strippers are just visual, right? Isn't that...
All right.
I mean, I haven't been with many of either, so...
Guys, this is going to be a classy party, not what most of you guys are used to, you dirty people, okay?
Classy. Yeah, we're not going to have hookers or strippers.
No.
Oh.
We're going to have escorts. Classy.
Call me the Rise and Fall of Heidi Fleiss. It is one of my favorite movies, ironically enough, because she was the Hollywood madam. Okay, moving on to World of Warcraft things. So, with the coming of Legion, we already have our date. August 30th is D-Day. We already know that come July, we're going to be dealing with pre-patch information. We're going to be dealing with pre-patch quests, praying to God it's not like that bullshit 5-minuter that we got for Warlords of Draenor. Literally, a 5-minute quest took you got some bullshit ring, and that was it. Literally. Hoping that they're really going to step it up and give us more to have to do hype-wise leading into that. So let's talk about what's going to be going away so that you guys know what you need to get in there and do. So challenge mode rewards, those are out of there. So make sure you guys go in there and get that shit done before pre-patch so that you know you're good to go, you have what you need. The Archmon Moose, go in there and get your free moose. People are giving it away, people are selling it, doing carries. Any means necessary, go get your moose before it's no longer available because you need to have that. The digital rewards for Warlords of Draenor will be kaput once Legion, the pre-patch hits for Legion. So make sure that if you want those digital rewards, you can always pass purchase to be able to get that. If you haven't, obviously this goes without saying, the legendary quest line. Clearly it's not going to be a thing because every expansion we have a new legendary focus, and that is in fact the artifact weapons. So your ring, kudos on doing all that hard work so that you can run heroics and mythics, but it's going to mean absolutely nothing come Legion. So that's going away. You cannot do anything further with that quest. There won't be anything else that you need to do. So make sure you get your ring to the max you possibly can, finish all your quest line and all your alts so that you have that going into the new expansion because that will not be available anymore. They're also going to be nerfing the gold in the mission. So take advantage of having several alts, having all your garrisons. Take advantage of doing those missions and getting that gold, bank that money so that you can buy tokens for game time while we wait for Legion to justify the cost of kind of hanging out until the expansion actually drops. So very, very important in regards to transmogs. We all know that the transmog system's changing. It's going to be in a nice, neat little collection that's going to be broken down for us, all the things that you've collected. There's a few things that I want to make sure that I note here. Go on your missions to collect all your garb. For this instance, you're going to need your alt banks for this because you're going to need to utilize the void storage. If your items are deleted, they're not going to be added to your, anything new you acquire is not going to be added to your dressing room. It has to be on your person prior to the pre-patch. So make sure you have all your transmogs you've hunted. You've done all your old runs. You've done all the old things that you need to do to acquire those transmogs. So when you do go in there, all of it is sitting lovely in its nice little organizational thing. You're still not going to be able to transmog something you can't equip. So if you're a maleware and you're trying to transmog cloth, that's just not going to go, it's not going to happen. So they're not changing that. You still have to, you can only transmog what you wear, but it is going to be nice and neatly packaged in a nice little UI, similar to how our toys and our heirlooms are. Tabard collecting and shirt collecting. And make sure you go and collect all your tabards, because all your tabards are going to be nice and organized now. You don't have to have them physically on your person. They're going to be nice and organized, as well as the shirts. Just go collect it. Get it all done. Utilize your alt bank space to have all that stuff to make sure that you are 100% prepped. In regards to mats are going to be good up until about July. Probably through July, you want to start dumping. If you're a guild master, start dumping all that shit from your bank. All the Warlords of Draenor mats, get rid of it, put it in the auction house, sell it, people will buy it. Miss Pandaria, a month before Draenor hit, I sold everything in the guild bank. Everything that was on Bell, I sold all of it. Put it in the guild bank for gold for repairs and had fresh to start, because we don't deal with older mats actually physically in the bank. So make sure that you guys are continuing to utilize that to make money. But if you're a hoarder, guys, stop hoarding and sell it around July. You don't want to wait too long after that, guys. Don't think you're going to need it or you're going to use it. You can go buy it in the auction house if you need it, but you want to dump that surplus of stuff that you have before it's no longer, people are not going to want to purchase it after that.
Some people do on accident.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was that one time I bought a bunch of food that I didn't need.
Yeah.
The Fabulous achievement, you want to make sure that you get that, because, hello, Fabulous.
What is that? What is that achievement?
It's for having all the transmogs. It's it's legit.
If you have Lore Master, and if you have, what is the other one? It's Lore Master and something else, you'll automatically, the tabards, 25 tabards. You'll automatically get the Fabulous achievement, because you'll have the lore, the items all through doing Lore Master. So go do Lore Master.
For sure.
I had Lore Master. They took it away.
Go do it again.
Why did they take it away?
I had it prior to Kata, and then Kata happened, and it deleted everything. So I got into this giant debate with the GM over it. And I'm like, but I had it before. They're like, yeah, but we took it out. And I'm like, so what you're saying is, like, if I buy a car and I pay for it, and you take it away, like, it's still not mine. They didn't like me after that, so.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're really dumb. So that's why I've never done any of the Kata stuff all over again.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
It's important to note that void storage really is going to be pretty much not needed to the degree to which it is now, because once your stuff's in your collection, you don't have to keep that on your person, right? It's in your collection. You toss it out of your bag, sell it, vendor, whatever the fuck you want to do with it. So when I was on the Chaos Portal show, they had asked, what are you going to use your void storage? What I use for it now? How many of us worked really, really hard to grab a piece? We rolled and we rolled and we rolled. Let's not make this weird. We worked really, really hard for a specific something to drop. For me, in Miss Pandaria, it was my Whispering Eye Staff. Obviously, it's not called the Whispering Eye Staff. It's called the Gaze of Arrogance. But and Sauce will attest to this, because he was in there running every fucking day, 20 times a day, for me to try to get this damn staff.
Yep.
I still have it. It's in my void storage. The reason that it's in my void storage is because it's sentimental to me. I like to go back in. I like to open it. I like to remember days of us being up until 5 o'clock in the morning on the weekends trying to get this staff, trying to do all these things. I plan on keeping it for nostalgic pieces. I'm a huge hoarder, guys. If you guys have watched me stream and you've had me open my bank, it's awful. Stuff that shouldn't be in there. Literally should not be in there. So that's what you can utilize your void storage for stuff you just want to keep but don't necessarily want to, look at it all the time. I did not say the gaze of arrogance. I said the gaze.
Wow.
I really loved that Whispering Eye Staff, and I did too. And people, when I would make reference to it when we would be on Vent in the runs, they'd be like, you realize you're saying what Whispering Eye means. Obviously, that's why I'm saying it, guys. I'm not a complete, nub.
Oh.
Well, yeah, there's that. Another thing you might want to consider is leveling. Level alts. Have one of each class. Here's why you want to have one of each class. I did all these order hall videos. I want every order hall, literally, for no other reason other than just sit around in the order hall because it's beautiful. I want to be able to do they're focusing so much on your class quest lines with these order halls and these artifact weapons that you're getting the personalization that you're looking for. Similar to when you had, I know there was a Pally quest line that you had to do. For me, it was the Greenfire quest. They're focusing more on your class specific items.
Which you hated that quest.
Fuck you. The amount of wipes.
Just like your brother hated it.
Well, because everybody was like, oh, it's not that difficult. Yeah, because you got it after the nerf, dicks. Yeah, but it was totally worth it, though, right? Because I have that. And when I'm in Legion and I don't have the Greenfire, I'm like, what is the sorcery? I don't even know what this even means. Level some alts, guys. Take advantage of the downtime. 6 hours from 1 to 100. No joke. 6 hours. Go level and have a max of all different classes. Get every single class in there so that you can go through and experience each quest.
Play a horde character.
Well, and here's why this is different. So as we stand now, every time we level, we go through the same bullshit quest lines. Every alt we level from 90 to 100 right now is the same bullshit quests. We know it so much that we could literally level in our sleep from 90 to 100, right? Those last 10 levels, there's no difference. The difference in Legion is to level all your tunes to max. It is different because it's class-specific quest lines. You want to take advantage of immersing yourself in that world and being able to really, really get to know all of the characters if you haven't played them. This is going to be especially great for me because all these alts that I have, I don't really play, but now I'm going to get to really see what makes the priest, what makes a paladin. I get to be kind of immersed in that world. Take advantage of your downtime now where everybody's bitching and moaning because they don't have anything to do. Go level. If you've leveled, I can't help you there. You're going to need to go find some achievements to go do. Get your challenge modes done. Do all of your do your mounts, do your mount farming, do all the things that you're not going to have time to do in Legion because you're going to be so busy being awesome. Pet battles. Get all go collect your pets. Got to catch them all.
I was going to say, there is one thing that they haven't announced that they're taking it out, but the Death Watch Hatchling, that's a pet that you unlock with your guild, right? So how do you unlock that? It's the challenge mode for Gold Edition as a guild. Yeah. So the reason why I say that is at the end of last expansion, there was a pet called the Thundering Serpent Hatchling. Same thing, and they took it out of the game. So if you're a collector, I would make sure you get the Death Watch Hatchling or join a guild that has it, level up a character, and then buy it because it could be gone forever.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Also, get your Brawlers Guild done because it's going to be having some downtime in Legion. So go
try another spec for your main. You know, if you got a main and you got some stuff, try another spec on it.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
I'm not going to Affliction.
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to, it was implied. So that's what I had for Bell's Bites. I wanted to just talk to you guys about things that you can do to prep. A lot of people have been asking me this week how I keep myself interested in World of Warcraft. Well, I have 2 guilds. I have 3 guilds, because we have the Horde Guild. I have 2 Alliance guilds, and I have a Horde Guild. What? I have a plethora of friends. We have an entire community that is involved with PWNCAST that counts on us to not get tired of World of Warcraft. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't because it's my life. I'm breathing it.
But do you do fun things with your guild? Like, was there an event that passed?
The Hungry Games. We had the 4th Hungry Games. We had the 4th Hungry Games. Ancestral, the elemental shaman. He's actually a Resto shaman, but you're not allowed to heal spec in Hungry Games. Dwight is the one that won that. He took it. Conjure Lol, who is Conjure Vodka, he's a writer for the PDQ. They were the last 2 standing, and there was 20k bounty on Ella's head. Poor Ella. I did find out in recent developments that Ancestral and Ella had a PETA and Katniss thing going, which is the reason he didn't kill her when she ran past him. Aww. Just wanted to make sure I blew that out of the water. I thought it was cute because they had a PETA Katniss situation going on.
He's changed ever since he won that. His whole attitude.
He's got a big head now. He just thinks he's the man.
That's why he doesn't log on anymore.
He literally, and Conjure's a really good mage. Conjure's a PvPer. He's a great mage. He wrecked. Literally.
Yeah, he got wrecked.
Dark was watching that, and he was like screaming. He was so excited to watch that happen. Yeah, it was pretty legit. So I thought it was funny because
Molten Earth got the best of Conjure. Those bullets were just going to town on him.
I know. Yeah, it was good times. It was a very, very successful game. So I was super happy that happened. So,
but the Horde need to come and entertain us.
I'm gonna put somebody in charge that I can make sure is going to make sure we can wrangle up the Horde. If you're listening and are watching this and you want to attend the games as Horde to help fight our Peacekeepers, we do have a set of 10 Peacekeepers, 10 or 11, 12, however many there is, that want to look for open Horde engagements on Timeless Isle. If you're Horde and you're interested in doing this event to be able to make it interesting and give my Alliance players something to do while they're patrolling the island being Peacekeepers, please reach out to me. Send me an email, bell@PWNCAST.net, and say, hey, let's exchange battle tags. I'm in. We do it the 3rd. Well, this month, for April or May, we're doing it the 4th Sunday because there's five Sundays in May. So we're going to do it on the 22nd in the evening of Eastern Standard Time. So let me know if you want to be the Horde and you want to go kill some shit, be on video, and do all the cha-chas with the Riders of Rohan. Let's get in our Week in WoW, and then we're going to close out. I want to make sure we haven't done the Week in WoW in a while, and I want to make sure that we keep up the old things. I also realized Secret Sauce's Twitter is not on his frickin' box.
Wow.
I know. Secret Sauce 101, guys. Secret Sauce 101.
Is it me, or is the Twitter names those slightly off? It seems uncentered.
It's supposed to, because I have to put it by the bird. I can't physically move the bird. I didn't design the overlay. Somebody else did. So
that's okay. I just noticed.
Hold on. Would you like to see this centered bird?
Lycan has something to say. What were you saying,
Got
Lycan?
2 of them?
What?
Got 2 of those?
I don't even want to finish that because I don't know what's going to happen when I say it. Lycan, what did you do this week in WoW besides the Beloved, right?
Well, I got the Beloved. I had actually changed my Twitter handle because somebody put the wrong Twitter handle on my screen. It's now at PWNCAST Lycan.
Was it not that before?
It was not that before. It is now changed to match my face and on the podcast. But I've taken care of that. Don't worry. Another reason she doesn't like me.
What was it? Lycan of PWNCAST?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck?
I had to change it.
I'll change it back.
No, because I went through and fixed everybody else's. The people are still doing the old one. We're good. Got exalted with the consortium. Never again will I do that grind. Never again.
Better
It's
you
awful.
than me, bud.
Until Legion comes out and they go, oh, by the way, 70 exalted reps is going to give you this, and then I'll be leveling up another 10 and smashing my face against the keyboard. What else? Pretty much was it. I streamed Tuesday and Thursday. Let you guys know I am going under the knife. I'm finally getting the change. I'm going to go ahead and not be streaming tomorrow night and not be streaming Thursday.
You're so brave. You're so brave.
I am.
We'll pray for you, Caitlin.
Yeah, call me Caitlin. So I will not be streaming tomorrow night. Will not be streaming Thursday. We also have the concert that I do with my daughter every week, or twice a year. So that's all exciting. I'll be up her singing. This is the dawn of the age of Aquarius, and I have a solo. It'll be fun.
That's embarrassing to admit that in public. You're a brave soul. Once again.
Also, just real quick while we're on here, need ideas of what to stream on Thursdays. We were doing Throwdown Thursdays for Overwatch. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because the Overwatch beta is done. We actually had a couple people who said they wanted me to stream a non-Blizzard game, and I thought about it, and we might actually do that. So suggestions, give me a tweet at PWNCAST Lycan now. And
let's not make the non-Blizzard game a habit, people. If you guys are watching Lycan, let's try to keep them in Blizzard's mind's eye. That'd be cool.
What? Season 6 isn't out yet for Diablo.
No, I'm just saying, like, we definitely don't want to make a habit. I don't want to see Call of Duty bullshit up there on the stream because I'll have a mental breakdown. Literally, you will see me have a breakdown. What?
Candy Crush?
Candy Crush.
Okay, I can dig it. Candy Crush is good.
Candy Crush Pop.
Lycan, we do have a mount we could go for.
There's that.
I don't do mount runs with podcast members.
We'll earn one by killing in threes.
Just kidding. Jim, what did you do this week in World of Warcraft?
Nothing exciting, because every time I have something exciting to do, we either skip my segment or we have Asmongold on, and we don't talk about my week in WoW, okay? But I did do some things. I got Baby Winston. We did a lot of pet battling together. I power leveled him right away, and then we beat some trainers. Little bit of PvP. Now that I mention it, I know it's my week in WoW. Asmongold lied to you guys. I don't know if you know that. He's a liar. He said he went on a 100-game win streak. He did not. He's a liar. Just wanted to put that out there. So if he's lying to the community just to get some clout on his pet battling, I don't understand. Anyways,
yeah. And is that real?
Yeah, 100. Come on. I have the record on YouTube, okay? 28-game win streak. You seen that? It's out there for the public eye. Not him. But he's a nice guy. It's a good job that he was on the show.
Put your e-peens away.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the
Mine's-
flavors you could choose, you chose salty.
Mine's always. So just, Baby Winston stuff, a lot of power leveling, PvP pet battles, just trying to find creative ways to defeat some pet tamers and pop up some content on the channel. But that's about it. What did you guys do?
Sauce, what about you? I know you raid, man.
I mean, we raided Sunday. The only days I really get to play Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday through Saturday, I'm at work. You know, I might message Belle, through Facebook to see if she's even alive. But yeah, we raided Sunday.
I'm usually dead midway through the week. That's why.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, we raided. It was smooth. However, at the same time, tanking at negative 40 frames a second is actually really difficult to do. So I had to finally bow out. I think it was a much needed one, not for myself, but for a lot of core members that the burn's getting there, and everyone's personalities are coming to effect at the exact same time. So I think a break is much needed. All guilds go through it. It's not indefinite. It's just for the time being, and that way, I could do my personal things just like everyone else has personal life that they can go back to for a little bit.
For sure.
And raiding's still going to happen. We still have it throughout the week. I know a lot of people looked forward to Sunday because that was actually a day where everyone had off. But I'll still be around. A lot of people have me on battle tag, and if it comes down to it, I mean, I won't do a progression one, but it'll kind of be like a fun run. Let's go do it. I mean, I'll even host like a Blackrock Foundry or High Mall. I mean,
let's do it.
Yeah, I mean,
let's
I
do
don't
it.
mind doing it.
transmob.
I enjoy doing that stuff, and to help get more achievements. I mean, we were doing them for Mythic Siege, and I don't know if we finished it, but I know we got relatively far in that. So, yeah, I'm open to a lot of things. I'm still going to be in game, but I think a break was needed.
For sure. Awesome sauce. We had RBGs. I did a lot of Legion this week, guys. You're going to start seeing, if you're watching the PWNCAST YouTube channel, I've completely assaulted the channel with content, and I've been recording every day. I started with the Warlock because it's what's dear to me. I've already done all the class halls, right? We have one more, I think we have one more class hall video, and that's the Priest we're going to do next week, and then all the class halls have been covered and done. Those are uploaded to YouTube. Now I went in and I'm recording all the acquisition quest lines for each class hall, and going to give you guys a walkthrough on what that quest line looks like. I'm also doing a spec, broke down each spec for talents and spells in Legion. I'm in mid-recording for all those, so each spec, this does mean Belle's going to be rolling in Affliction for 5 minutes. 5 whole minutes I'm going to be Affliction, so that I could give the community that I love some knowledge on what Affliction looks like in Legion with spells and talents and the new style.
Just dots everywhere.
Yeah.
You've grown up, Belle.
Yeah, and I have to, because I love the community more than I hate destruction, or than I hate Affliction.
I'm proud of you.
I know.
Destruction?
So I did do the first
right?
set of videos. The destruction video for the spells and talents is already up, and I'm also doing the artifact acquisition quest line. So you're getting a full walkthrough of those quest lines. I started with destruction. That artifact quest line's already up there, as well as the spec, the Destro spell and talent video. And then tonight I will be uploading the class hall acquisition quest so that you guys can see what you're going to be going through. Most of it's tied together, most of the stuff, so I'm just separating it out into pieces, because you'll go from doing parts of the stuff to get the class hall to going to do stuff for your artifact weapon. So it's segmented out that way. But be watching the YouTube channel. I know this is stuff we've already seen, guys. People had alpha months before I even was able to finally acquire it, because there's such a long list to get onto alpha when you're on there. It's whenever you get the pull. So everybody's doing these videos. There's no difference in what I'm doing outside of I'm giving you my visual, my perspective, and you're getting PWNCAST perspective. You're getting our how we're seeing it happen, and which I think is the reason you watch and listen to us, is because we have a little bit of a different perspective than a lot of people. So yeah, you're going to be able to get this content. So that's what I've been doing, guys. There hasn't been a whole lot of fun in my WoW life, as far as, actual fun, where I haven't been able to just log on and just do random stuff, because the Hungry Games and all the events that we do in the guild. But that's kind of my fun, right? Jim yelled at me earlier through text message and was like, can you please take a break, go do something?
Just rest.
I'm like, well, I had tacos with Perp Perp is our
You
guild.
did.
He was in town and we went and had tacos. He bought me some margaritas. That's always a win when you buy Bell margaritas. So I did go outside, guys.
There's that bright thing in the sky. I don't know what it is. I try to stay in the house.
She probably had like a long sleeve shirt on, hat.
I'm melting. I'm melting.
I know. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes. If there's any questions you guys have, we'll do a quick little Q&A while I talk about some stuff that we've got going on with PDQ and other items. Make sure that you do at Chaos of PWNCAST in the chat so that you can ask. Chaos is our resident Ask Us All the Questions moderator, and he will ask those questions for us. So while you guys are gathering any questions you may or may not have, PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. Make sure you guys are over there. Make sure you're checking it out. We have news writers, we have writers, we have things, we have a graphic artist. We got shit going on in every which direction. So make sure you're on that site every day. We're really, really striving and working really, really hard to continuously bring you good content, including moving into the other games. As far as news is concerned, as soon as I can acquire the staff for the other games, we will be rolling that back. I may or may not have a mental breakdown right now. Matter of fact, give us 1 second.
Wow.
Jim seems to have disappeared and lost his internet. In the meantime,
Let's pray for him.
Yeah.
yeah, in the meantime, let's just, this sucks. So...
He needs to change his profile picture.
Wow, that's an embarrassing picture for him to be on there. That's really embarrassing. We are actually gonna please tell me it's calling him. I'm gonna have a breakdown, guys. This is so awful. I don't know what's going on here, guys.
He's gone.
Yeah, something's happened. Let me just check.
Wow.
Doesn't look like there's any questions or answers. That's great because I'm going to go ahead and end it because I'm about to have a mental breakdown because the quality of my video just went to shit. So we are going to get on out of here. Make sure you go to PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. Also, make sure you PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, do all the things. I'm going to go.
Should we all flex?
We
should all flex.
That picture is so embarrassing.
Come on, Bell, flex.
You gotta do it.
Flex. Hey guys, I got guns now from the gym. Okay.
Do you?
Well, they're still.
I know, right?
It's still not.
They're still a little soft.
This is hard right here. Just
Yeah.
Look at that hard. So we're gonna flex. We're gonna get out of
Super
here,
flex.
guys. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. Fuck. We're gonna get out of here. If you guys aren't watching this live, I'm not gonna cut this out. So you're still gonna have to watch it. To the listeners at home, the audio the visuals just broke. And this is Jim's picture.
Pretty much.
Guys, please hassle him on Twitter about this. Barry. He looks like he's 12.
Yeah.
We're gonna get out of here, guys. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment. Tell us
all
if you
that
like
good
the
stuff.
video. Do all the things and all the cha-chas. We will be back next week. Thank you for spending your hour and a half with us every week. We're gonna get on out of here.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That is
I'm so excited because he's gonna be like, is that really my picture?
That's his picture that he has set up.
I don't know if he understood that was gonna be the picture people saw if his stuff ever dropped.
That's
What's mine is like half my face and like my headphone. Something like that.
That's so funny. I can't even deal with how awesome that is.
Where'd he go though? He just like disappeared.
No, I think his internet died.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of.
Too funny.